sin or is drinking coffee?
Calling
No.
Type A board meeting to order. Wes is going to give the invocation, and Cody will be doing the Pledge of Allegiance.
Our Heavenly Father, we come to you today with grateful hearts that we're able to be here and serve the citizens of Keene. We're looking forward to the upcoming new president this next week being sworn in. Ask Lord to give healing for the divisions that have happened throughout the country. Lord, we especially are thinking today of those that have lost their and are losing their homes in the fires in the LA area. Give them protection, give them safety to escape from wherever they are, and to be able to rebuild. Be with us today as we make decisions for the city of Keene, and we ask you blessing in everything we do. In Jesus' name, amen.
Amen.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
President's remarks, and I have just one thing to say this morning. I'm very, very happy that we're going to have a new police station. Everybody's excited about it, as far as I know, so that's very, very good. Anyway, and other than that, I have no other remarks. City administration remarks?
Good morning, everybody. Things are moving along pretty good with all the developments, tractor supplies. I got some new photos the other day. Walls are going up. It's looking really good, and the majority of the parking lot's done already. They're still waiting on AT&T to lower a couple of fiber lines that run across where the new driveway entrance is going to go. But things are looking really good with a lot of new potential things coming. So.
That's good to see those walls going up.
Yes.
So, now the Canyons are working on where the lift station is. Are they tying in there, or what's going on down there right now? The lift station along 2280 where they came down.
That's for Sunset Ridge.
At Sunset Ridge.
Yes, yes. Yeah, they're having to lower that wet well and put a new, bigger wet well in deeper in order to gravity feed everything into that wet well.
Okay.
That's what's going on 2280.
And they also took down one of our old sirens, which was also kind of a godsend because it cost money to pull those things down, so they actually did it for us. So one down and what, 14 to go?
Something like that.
Okay, is that all admin?
I mean, I can add to, we're also working on figuring out what the cost to renovate actually is. You know, we got rough estimates when we were working on, you know, getting the deal done. We've got 2 people we're looking at for the financing, and once I've got that done, of course, more information will be released. And I'll also continue to release information to the community. You know, I know there were some comments out there that you know, we weren't transparent or whatever, and obviously there's certain things you can't say in the middle of these deals, but I do want to put actual information out there that puts the community's mind at ease that this was done above board. We did do our due diligence, and that this is a good deal, and this is a blessing for our city.
Yes, yes, thank you. Thank you for that. Public comments, we have 2 yellow cards. One is Paul Knott about our expo.
Thank you, Type A, for all that you do. And Samantha, thank you for all you're doing for Mike Williams. And interesting gathering of people who really care about Keene. Isn't just, it's not ironic, but it's interesting that Philip and Troy and Rolando, Cody was going to help, Wes, all parade starters. You know, probably the most difficult job in the parade is to be a starter, and appreciate their help very much. Okay, I'm here to talk about the expo. This will be our 21st, if you can believe that. And you have the schematic, the floor plan of last year's. We expect this year to sell out as previous years have. This year will be Sunday, February 23. And I'm here at the Leisky-Poulter Auditorium, where it's always been, where it's been for at least 17 of its 21 years. So I'm here to remind you about your commitment of $2,500, Type A and Type B. Commit $2,500, so I just want to remind you about that, that if it's not, if you haven't acted on that, please do so. I'm here to request that. I think it's a done deal, isn't it, Don?
It was in the budget, correct?
Good, thank
Yeah.
you very much, okay. And by the way, all of our promotion, everything in the Cleveland Times Review or all the posters indicate that Expo is presented by the Keene Economic Development Corporation, the Keene Business Development Corporation, and Southwestern Adventist University. The Keene Chamber is just the organizer. So it's presented by Type A and Type B. All right, thank you.
Thank you, Paul. Okay, a second yellow card is Philip Jackson.
Thank you, 4A board members. My name is Philip Jackson, 420 South Old Betsy Road, Suite A. I just wanted to let y'all know that I'll be making application for a certificate of occupancy for a business tentatively called Shared Solutions for Small Businesses and Organizations next week with the city of Keene. Also, I'd like to let everybody know as much as possible, getting the word out that I'm promoting a reunion of Johnson County Memorial Hospital and Cleveland Memorial Hospital employees, along with Pat Bonds, 18-and-a-half-year director of nurses there at that facility, which went by 2 different names at one time. And tentatively, that's going to be scheduled for June 1st in Cleveland at the Booker T. Washington Rec Center. That's a Sunday, so it would be Sunday afternoon. It's all tentative, so we're just trying to get the word out. Okay, thank you.
Okay, thank you, Philip. Okay, are there any other comments from the audience? Okay, General,
Mrs. Gillen, excuse me just a second.
sure.
I'm sure you're aware that University has been sold, next to Mountain Coffee.
The what?
University,
University?
boba tea place.
Yeah, I did too, and I was going to say, what?
Oops, maybe that's the trick on their name. They did that on purpose. University, the boba tea place next to Mountain Coffee has been sold. Victor and Gina Perilla are moving to the Philippines and all that. New owner is Uriel Rogers. I'm trying to get this morning to 10 o'clock. Uriel Rogers.
Did they also, I'm assuming they sold the one in Joshua too then?
I think so, yes. I think that's
If you meet with her, ask her. I'll be curious to see if she bought both.
Do you know what kind? Is it going to be a restaurant?
I don't know.
You don't know?
I haven't met the gentleman yet, but what his plans are. Didn't know if you knew that.
No, I did not.
I'll fly and say hi.
Okay, thank you. Thank you for that news.
The van that sits out front.
I hope so. If not, we're meeting at 3 a.m.
Good. Thank you.
Delete that.
You're meeting at 3 a.m., did you say?
Put that in the notes.
Okay. Well, I'm sorry, Paul. What time was that the meeting's going to be?
Okay, don't beat it.
Okay. Yes. Okay. General, I hope I can go on. General, review, discuss, and consider the minutes of the regular Keene EDC Type A Board meeting held on December the 18th of 2024. Has everybody had a chance to review those meeting minutes?
Yes. I've reviewed them, and I move the minutes from the December 18, 2024 EDC-A regular meeting be approved as is.
Okay,
I'll second that motion.
okay. Okay, all those in favor? Okay. Okay, second, review and discuss and consider the approval of the minutes for the joint Keene Economic Development Corporation Board Workshop held on January the 6th, 2025. I was sorry that I missed a little bit of that. I got my times mixed up, but it was awesome because I think that's really good for any new boards that come on with the economic development, whether it be B or A, either one, to have that information. And it's kind of hard to get it if you don't know what you need to ask for. So I was really appreciative that you guys did that. Okay. Does anybody have any motion to make here?
Well, I also was late, so I didn't attend the whole thing, but I'll go ahead and move the minutes from the January 6, 2025 EDC Joint Workshop be approved as is.
I second.
Okay. All those in favor?
Do you have a comment, sir?
No, keep going. Sorry.
Okay. All those in favor? Okay. No.
I did want to tack on to the training. It was very helpful for me, obviously, because I'm a newbie. But in talking with Rolando and some other people, I understand right now, like, the P&Z board is officially full. Hopefully this board will be full. And I'm really trying to get the BOA board full because there are situations that could cripple, bring things to a screeching halt. Kind of once we get those things full, I think doing that again, but really coming back and doing more goal setting would be really, really good. I know we have our lists that we're working from, but that's a lot different than strategically coming together and making sure that we're all kind of going in that same direction. So hopefully y'all are open to that, and
Definitely.
once we get things kind of together, find a time that we can really come in when we're not feeling rushed and come together and just really kind of talk things out among the four boards.
That
Would-
sounds good.
Would you have the attorney make a presentation again to all four boards?
Well, I think we need to be doing training probably annually. It needs to be something that kind of gets on a calendar and just kind of stays there. Because, people are switching out all the time. It's just life. It's just to keep us in the know. So I don't know if we would necessarily have the attorney come back for the goal setting and do a whole presentation again, unless you all just decide that, we really do need to maybe go through it a little more in depth.
Well, I don't know how many pages it is, but since I've been here in Keene, I know at least 2 different master plans have been done. And the last one, they had town hall meetings and everything like that. And I was wondering, is there any way that we can get a copy?
Yeah, yes.
How many
I'm
pages?
only laughing because I've literally got the master
I
plan
know.
sitting on my desk, and it's a binder about that thick.
Well, is there a way?
There's a summary one, I know, but
But is there a way that even the summary one, that
It's on
maybe
our website. The
I'm sorry?
comprehensive plan. The comprehensive plan is on our website.
Is that the last one
Yes.
that was done? Okay, it's
Yeah,
on the
and-
website,
And,
okay.
and with the grant that we're working on, that we're hoping for, will really give us even better vision and better eyes into our community and its needs. Of course, you know, it's a slow process. A, you got to get it going, and B, you actually have to execute it. There will be a better one coming, but it is definitely a jumping off point, because I'm sure there's a lot that kind of
Yeah.
intertwines with each other, so.
Well, I was just wondering, with all the new growth that we've had and everything, have we completed anything that was on that master plan?
That's a good question. And,
Well, we've moved in that direction. I mean, you know, things change over time because that
Right.
was done a while ago. But yes,
I mean, infrastructure obviously is part of it, and we have been working on infrastructure. Dawn and I have been having a lot of conversations as far as, you know, really trying to start use some of these, you know, extra funds that we have right now to start, you know, street projects and that kind of thing. So, obviously, that's something the council has to be heavily involved in too. But, you know, we are looking at that, you know, and sometimes, I think I've mentioned, I don't know if I've mentioned to this board, but I've been making alliances with other cities that are our size, so that we're not just reinventing the wheel. And so far, of the two cities that pretty much have the exact population as we, you know, one has 85 employees and one has 82, and we have 55. You know, so there's a lot of, again, with this economic growth, it's a blessing, because we're going to, if we're smart, with the resources and everything else, we will see that growth that Alvarado and some of these other towns around us have had. But there really has to be an emphasis on getting our city staff, you know, so that Dawn's not doing the job of 3 people, and, you know, getting our staff up to where it needs to be, but also taking half that money and really starting to put it into infrastructure, because with 1,100 people, 1,100 houses, plus an apartment complex, you're going to have vehicles, you're going to have more and more wear and tear, which if we don't get on that now, it's going to be even more congested. It's even going to be more of an irritation to the community as we're trying to fix some of these issues, so.
Yeah, okay. That's good to know.
And I would like to add to that, based on what I have seen, the city has been moving somehow in the direction of that plan. The plan shows at least 4 goals specifically. The housing also shows about optimization of the land, and then it has education and health. And it seems to me that there is a good effort going into that one. What probably will be, you know, even better if we can have some synergy and have that one in alignment, so there is no, you know, just isolated silos growing in different ways, but they are towards a specific goal, a specific target. And I think that will be really good when we have a specific workshop just to address that, in a way that we can have the structure that supports the plan and the budget, and then really be able to work them out together.
Everybody going in the same direction, on the
right.
same train.
All right.
I'm sorry? Oh, Philip, you had a question?
Zoning,
I'm sorry, I couldn't hear that. I didn't hear what you said.
planning and zoning,
Okay,
yes.
okay, thank you. Thank you, Philip. Okay, receive, discuss, and consider the Keene EDC Type A Board financial report for the month ending December 31st of 2024. Oh, I'm sorry.
For the last one was voted, absolutely,
Yeah, the last one was voted.
it was.
Yeah.
And approved, yeah.
Yeah, it was. I was thinking, I don't think I missed that, but I might have. Whoa, your voice is real low.
Oh, there we go.
There you go.
Good morning, Board. It's a pleasure to see you all. I'll be presenting the December financial report. Sales tax revenue year-to-date is $76,645.60, which puts us at 22.5% which is a little bit below our target of that 25% as of December 31st. We should see this pick up in the next quarter. Our total grant revenue, including interest income and miscellaneous revenue, stands at $82,617.90, which is about 1.3% below that target of 25%. On the expense side, we are at month 3 in the new fiscal year. Expenditures for December total $22,454.27, which puts us at 15%, which is about 9% below our target, so that is good on the expense side. In our money market account, we currently have $321,985.06. On December the 20th, there was a transfer to general fund of $324,000 for the property purchase. This concludes my report for December. If you have any questions, I'm happy to answer them at this time.
Okay, so that 320,000 is our loan.
324,000.
Okay, for the purchase of the property, okay. All right, thank you.
And we still have funds in the money market account,
Yes, we currently have $321,985.06.
and it's drawing the same interest rate that the bank gave us before?
I believe so. I will have Mr. Charles speak on this one.
Thank you. Good morning, Charles.
Good morning. How y'all doing?
Good, thank you.
I'm sorry, what was the question again?
The question is, the funds that are in the money market account, the bank has not adjusted the percentage on that. We're still making the same percentage?
Yes, sir, the same percentage as well, but a little lower because we got less amount.
Correct, yeah.
Until then, yes, sir.
So, and thank you for making that happen.
No, thanks to y'all. Thank y'all.
Okay, thank you very much
Thank you.
for your report. Anybody have any questions?
Okay,
I'll make a motion to approve the financial report ending in December 31st, 2024.
Do you have a second? Rolando, okay. Rolando seconded. Yeah, all those approve? Okay, review and discuss and consider a recommendation for the reappointment of members whose term, 3 years terms expire March 1st of 2025 to the Type A Board for appointment to the Keene Economic Development. The ones that expire in March is Rolando Conderas, Brian, Wes Ram, and Cody Thornton.
I have a question on that. Because if we have to recuse ourselves from voting for ourselves, will there be enough votes to actually do the job?
Yeah,
There actually doesn't need to be a motion. It's just a statement that you would like to be considered for reappointment, and we will take that to the council.
Okay,
and they each have already acknowledged that they want to stay.
So Ms. Gillen will announce, after speaking with the three of you, who would like to be reappointed or who wouldn't, who would like to not be reappointed. And then we'll put that in the minutes to make it official.
Okay.
okay, thank you.
So Rolando Cardenas Brand has said that he wants to stay. Wes Ram says he wants to stay, and Cody Thornton said he wants to stay.
Okay.
Okay, thank goodness.
Well, then, I move the board recommend appointment of the board members, those terms that are ending March 2025.
Do you have a second?
Second that motion.
Okay, Cody. All those in favor? We don't have to really, but we're all in favor.
We're glad you're coming back.
Yeah. Review, discuss, and consider the application of Troy Smith for appointment to the Keene Economic Development Type A Board to fill a vacancy for a term ending March 2027. Holly, I only have one question. Since he's a member of the Type B Board and also Planning and Zoning, can he be on 3 boards at the same time?
Mr. Smith is currently only a council member. He is not on B board, and he has resigned.
Resign from the B
from
board,
planning-
okay.
From planning and zoning. So as a council member, he may serve on an EDC board, but that would, like Mr. Easley, who is on B board, he votes as a B board member and then abstains on similar votes at council. So Mr. Smith would do the same.
Okay,
Okay.
okay, all right, thank you. Do I have a motion?
And Mr. Smith is here if y'all have any questions for him.
Mr. Jackson has something.
Oh, you have a question, okay. Philip?
I think the application died because we didn't make a motion. We didn't table it. We just did not choose to make a motion at all on that. So I think, am I right there?
Yes.
Yes, my understanding was B board was the one that tabled until other applications were received. And then A board, I'm pulling the minutes, but I believe they did not make a motion. Correct, and we did consult the city attorney, and he acknowledged that, yes, you could serve on a commission and a board.
And I'd like to know what the status of my application is.
We did not,
Yeah, there is no status.
yeah, there is no status on it. We did not vote on it that day.
It should still be in the queue.
After reviewing the applications, we were trying to determine what would be in the best benefit of the board. I personally, speaking for me, have heard you on many occasions say you would like to get rid of the Type A board and the Type B board. If you're negative about our boards, how could you serve us as we need for the city in that capacity? That's my personal feeling. Did not discuss it with the rest of the board, but that was my feeling. I'm sorry?
I've never spoken negatively about the 4A board. I have mentioned that the 4B board could be repurposed into other uses.
Well, if you repurpose this, we're not going to be Type A board. So my question is, but I have heard you say before that we really didn't need the Type A and Type B board. But that's not in the city's best interest to do that. Paul?
Can we have him come to the mic because this
I
is
can't
public
hear you.
information? This should be recorded.
I'm just saying I've never spoken negatively about the 4A board. That is my position. And, I'm sorry. I've never spoken negatively about the 4A board, and I was under the impression that applications had been accepted and were being reconsidered.
This is the first one that we've reconsidered here. This
Well,
is a new one that we
What
just
is
got.
what is a citizen supposed to do if they're asked to submit applications for a board? They come and find out that their application is going to be tabled because they're not sure if a commission member can serve on a board, and then you just throw it out entirely? Is that my understanding?
I personally am not responsible for just throwing it out entirely.
I think that came from rules. That
Yeah,
if we didn't make a motion, then it got put to the side. I don't know exactly the legal terms of that, but maybe the city manager
Holly,
or
do you
something
know?
can explain a little bit
City
more. But
manager.
it's not on our agenda anymore to vote for.
So I do have a question on this for the secretary. If he wanted to reapply even as a backup, would he be able to do that and resubmit his application?
Like as an alternate?
Yes.
I don't think we have alternates.
Yeah, the bylaws don't say anything about an alternate, but, that I don't know, honestly.
I think ultimately, the process is that if nobody makes a motion, it just dies. It doesn't, when you don't make a motion, it doesn't mean it got tabled, because at least, and again, I'm new, but what I've seen is when something gets tabled, it specifically said, let's table this until we can get more information. When a motion's made or a motion is asked to be made and no one makes a motion, it just dies. It doesn't, it literally just, it's gone. So basically that means that no, the group did not feel that you would be in the best interest of the board, as hard as that may be to hear.
That's not my
Paul,
recollection.
you had, excuse me.
The board wasn't sure a commission member could serve on a board.
Yeah, that was a question that we asked during that meeting. There were several questions, and I personally have an issue with, can we not get 20 people in this town, different people, to apply for these boards? Do we have to mix between, even with council, Troy's gonna lose his vote. You're in council in order to be here. Can we not find somebody's where there's
People don't
5
want to.
P and Zs, and there's 5 B boards, and there's 5 A boards, and there's 5 council members? We have to
All right, well, thank you.
mix it,
Paul, you had a question?
Those people are out there, Cody. Let me give you some names. Bob and Bev Mendenhall,
Yeah.
Bev and Steve Stafford.
But they don't apply.
Pardon me?
They don't apply.
They could be recruited. That's my point. You could ask.
Okay.
Right.
That's all I'm saying.
We have had a couple.
Sharon and Dean Turk.
Yeah.
Sharon and Dean Turk are sitting there, young, retired, they ought to be here. Anyway, this discussion is not on the agenda. I'd like you to move to the agenda item.
Okay, thank you.
And I move the board recommend the appointment of Troy Smith to the Keene EDC Type A Board and fill a vacancy for a 3-year term ending March 2027.
Have a second?
I'll second that motion.
And I have a question about this also. Would it be 2028? This is 2025.
He's filling a vacancy.
He's filling the vacancy.
Okay, okay,
Now, like you
Thank you.
were.
okay.
Okay, all those in favor? Okay, we have no executive session today, correct? Okay. Any requests for future agenda items?
I don't know if this needs to be on the agenda, but I am definitely in favor of having another workshop with B-Board and planning and zoning and maybe some of the other boards, so we can actually all come together and work as a unit for the city.
And we can even invite council to that, right, Holly? Yeah, and council too. It'd be good to have all of the people together in the same room.
And there would not be emotions like we did, no motions this last meeting, so we would not be taking any action for it, just
Right.
together and meeting and coming together.
Right.
Okay.
Okay. Any other requests for future items? Rolando? Okay, Cody?
No.
Okay, meeting is adjourned at 9:34.
Thank you all.
Thank you.